are back. Real quickly, I just need to wait for this to start so that I can get the chat up. There we go. It's 49ers time, suggested by the one Pickles 313. It's time to do this thing. And we're just gonna hop right into it. I already got the logo pulled up. Although the starting point's gonna be a little interesting. I can't really seem to count that well, although here, maybe this will help. One, and this is from the top of the edge, if that makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I think it's 19. I'm gonna have to just wing it and see how it goes. Where's the diorite? Chiseled stone brick. I believe that's the cyan terracotta. And polished andesite. I believe it's 19. If I'm wrong, I'll go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It would start right here. Alright, let me quickly get a top down. That looks pretty middle. That looks pretty in the middle. If I'm not correct, then it is what it is. I'm not gonna do the edge first because the edge is all black, and yesterday I had issues with doing that because it's all black. But I think I'll do what I did with the Bears logo. I think I'm just gonna go in line. So up there we got white and black concrete. And then one of these. And then down to here. I really hope this works. If it doesn't, I'm not going to be particularly happy. Three, 4, 5, 6. I believe that's 6. And now I need jungle wood, oak wood, and a log. Which type is that? I think it's spruce. I'm gonna have to come back to it because it's very hard to tell. I believe it's 4. Just to be sure, this lines up like that. Wait, Yeah, this lines up like that. And, okay, one more. That is supposed to line up like this. And now it's time to figure out which wood it is. So, here's spruce. It's definitely not oak. Well, let's try the dark oak. Let me see that. I mean, realistically, it probably doesn't matter, but I'm just gonna go with spruce. We're gonna do spruce. Mostly because it has sort of a reddish tint to it, and the 49ers logo is red. And then this down here. And now going up here. One, two, three, four. At least I hope that's what it is. It probably is. And then, oops. That. And then that. There we go. It's not gonna start looking good until we add red, and speaking of which, we're actually going to add red right now. So I need black wool first. Something on my shelves sounded like it just moved. It was really weird. Should I be concerned? Next is terracotta, but it's pink terracotta, oddly enough. And then we have the red wool, and red wool, it looks like it makes up at least 80% of this, so we're going to keep that in the inventory. That goes to there. And then this goes to here. And now we get brown terracotta, which is actually just black terracotta, even though that is clearly brown. Either that or terracotta is supposed to look a different way and I'm just colorblind, which I don't think is the case. I'm not colorblind, I swear. If I was colorblind, this red would not look red. Okay, next row. Let's just move on. Diorite. If anyone happens to watch this stream over, which I know at least one person is going to. My buddy is going to watch this over because, I mean, he's just that guy. Which if you are watching this, Alex, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Hopefully the weather is good up in Detroit. He's been leaving comments. He wants me to do the Lions logo. You just gotta be quick enough, man. Which, if you're watching this, Alex, the next suggestion has probably already been chosen. And I'm just saying, dude, you gotta get faster, dude. You gotta get your head in the game. I understand you're up in Detroit. You're going to school in Detroit. You're gonna make Detroit your permanent home this summer. But, like, you gotta get your head in the game if you want me to build the Lions logo. He's not a he's not a football fan by any means. Although he did root for the Patriots to win the Super Bowl, and I did call him during the stream, and he was mildly upset. I say mildly because he didn't really care. I had lunch with him a couple days earlier, and I told him like what the Patriots' chances were in the Super Bowl, and they did not have a lot. They didn't have that much of a chance, and after the game, it really showed. So I was able to discuss that with him when I met up with him a couple weeks ago. But if you are watching this, Alex, you got to get your head in the game. You got to suggest it like as soon as the video goes up. So I'm pretty sure he has my notifications on. Because I mean that's what best friends do. They turn notifications on for their friend's channel. If he doesn't, then I mean it's okay. But if you want, he probably wants me to do the Lions logo that badly. And to be honest, the Lions logo, it's probably not going to be that hard to build, but at the same time, it's just going to take a while. But anyways, 49ers logo is the one we are doing right now. And so far, I think it's doing good. I do have a friend that is a 49ers fan, and I actually might send the video to her just to see what her reaction is. But I don't know. And then the red goes all the way down to... Wait. Oh my gosh, it is so hard to line this up for some reason. It goes all the way down to there. Now that I think about it, I actually have a lot of friends that are friends of a lot of different teams. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. If I just go through my Snap list, I could probably just name off who's a fan of who. Because I know multiple people that I probably don't have them on Snap, but I know multiple people that are Packers fans. I have a couple people added that are Lions fans, and then I think I have one person added that is a Vikings fan. But I don't know. I mean, they don't really care too much about football, but they have family that's from Minnesota, and I mean, if I met any of them, and I had a very good chance to meet their family for reasons that I'm not gonna go into, out of respect. But if I had met them and we started talking about football, things were probably going to get heated. I know that particular person is not going to watch this stream, but I mean, given the time and if we were better friends, they probably would watch this stream. But yeah, if I actually had met their family and like started talking about football, things were going to get very heated. And honestly, I'm kind of glad that it didn't get to that point. And I'd never been to Minnesota. Furthest I live in the Chicago suburbs, and the furthest that I have gone is Western Ohio. Ohio? No, Iowa. Good Lord, I'm tired. And I even remember that trip very vividly. I went there twice. Once for my great grandfather's 89th birthday, and then once again 5 months later for his funeral. um, I remember the second one pretty vividly because on the way there I got violently ill. And I mean violently ill. Like, I'm pretty sure I had the flu. Um, and it was not fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and I had the flu, uh, this past winter. Literally started feeling symptoms the day after Christmas. Um, and that wasn't fun. I couldn't leave my house for a week. I I pretty much stayed in bed. And I wasn't the only one that got sick. My entire house got sick. I got my parents. I share a room with my brother, and I have a very young sister. So, I mean, thankfully, there was no one else in the house, and I actually did get a message. The people we saw on Christmas, they started to feel a little sick, although I think we got the worst of it. And it rose a little bit of concern from us because we have relatives that we saw on Christmas that are in their late 90s now. So I was a little bit worried for them. As far as I know, they were fine. It was actually my great great uncle's 96th birthday last month, and I completely forgot to tell him happy birthday. That is genuinely a shame. I'm a terrible nephew, although we're technically not related because he married into the family, but we still love him. And there was one point, like, a year and a half ago, when this is a weird hobby that my mother has, but she goes she loves family heritage. And I mean, she watches Finding Your Roots, all those kinds of TV shows. And I mean, I don't blame her. It's an interesting subject to get into. But not only that, in terms of like family and stuff, she's also into like grave finding for some reason. Not weird grave finding either. It's all family. So I think she wanted to get like a little family heritage book for. It's her side of the family, so it's her great uncle. It's my my mom's father's brother-in-law. Uh, yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. So I actually ended up going with her to Chicago because he's straight up from Chicago. Grew up, born and raised in Chicago. I found this out when we were having the service for my grandfather. I had a very nice conversation with him. I didn't know that he was in the Navy during the Korean War. And there was one point, I do remember this. He told me a story where he had almost no training at all, and he was thrown into like a general position. And like he did not know what to do at all. So, I mean, he ended up I think he did well, but I think they moved the like general duties to someone else. But I mean, we can laugh about it now because when was the Korean War? he was My uncle was born in 1930, and the Korean War was what, 1950s, 60s, something like that. But I don't know. he's a very nice guy. Literally very hard to hate him. He's literally done nothing wrong in his life, and he's a very strong man too. He's had like there was a recent year. I think he's had COVID twice. And he's had double pneumonia and single pneumonia. Because there's a difference. And he's lived through all of them, and a lot of those were deep into his 90s. So, I mean, he's lived a very long life, and unfortunately, he's not doing the greatest nowadays, but knock on wood, he's still here. So, God bless you, Uncle Billy. I've never called him Uncle Billy. We just call him Uncle Bill. But great guy. I should probably talk with them more. But anyways, I don't know how I got to this point, but I did. That was kind of weird. I'm kind of thankful nobody watched this, but if Alex watches this over, now Alex knows a very fun fact about my family. Which, I mean, he already knew a bunch of facts about my family, but I kind of just grew his knowledge a little bit. Yeah, I have a very weird family. Anyways, I should probably stop rambling and continue on with the logo, which is actually starting to look good. The only problem is that's a lot of red and there's not a lot of SF. But thankfully, I think we're finally getting to that point where I think like 1 or 2 rows away from actually getting to the SF. So I gotta keep lining everything up. So far, it's looking good. And we're just gonna keep going. I think this is the last row before we start with the main part of the logo. This goes all the way down. I put an acacia wood right there. So, right there. Yeah, I'm also starting to get sick again. I'm pretty sure it's just cold and flu season now. And it's been very slow. All right. Now on to the start of the SF. Speaking of which, okay, won't be able to DM her until after. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I let her go again. Yeah, I have way too many of those nursery rhymes in my head because it feels like it wasn't too long ago when my sister was watching those nursery rhymes. I got a lot of questions from my friends at the time when my sister was small if she was watching like CoComelon. Nope. She was not watching CoComelon a lot. She did watch CoComelon at one point, but it wasn't until a little bit later on where she started watching CoComelon. Hard to believe that she's turning 9 this year. Either that or I'm just getting old and everyone else is following suit, which it's probably the case because, I mean, we're only getting older. Should probably stop talking about reality and focus more on Minecraft. Alright, we are on the main part of the, we are finally on the main part of the logo. Alright, I should probably keep the white wool in my inventory from now on. I'm tired. One, two, three. And then this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. That and that. And then take this all the way down to there. And then jungle wood. There. And then black. And then there's a light gray wool right here. Alright, next row up here. And then we get a new type of terracotta. I think that's orange. It's very hard to distinguish orange and regular terracotta. I'm gonna very quickly put them next to each other. No, it's regular terracotta. And if anything, that's kind of what seems like it kind of embodies San Francisco for some reason. I don't know why, but it does. 1, 2, 3, and then I might have to keep polished diorite in my inventory. Well, that, and there's also regular diorite coming up, so maybe not. Ooh. Already feeling the neck burn, and I'm only half an hour in. Yeah, I kind of figured this was going to take me a minute, because not only that, I'm rambling, but this logo's really big. So, and I at least think I'm making all these logos the same size, but who knows, maybe I'm not. Oh man, and now I keep on hiccuping, and it hurts. This all the way down to there. Alright, I'm starting to see it, kinda. Maybe not. I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna keep going. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying a bunch of random words and seeing if they work. Okay, for a second I thought I was doing this wrong, but I think I'm good. I'm also starting to come up on the bottom of the logo, and I think I might actually line this up pretty well with with the bottom, or with the bottom white layer that I want to add. If I don't, then, I mean, it is what it is, but, because, I mean, not only is it, this logo is big, but it's also, like, it's a very big oval. That's essentially what it is. So, what happened to my regular planks? I thought I kept them in my inventory. Oh well. Now I'm starting to lose my breath for whatever reason. Right there. Okay. And then that's gray. That's gray concrete. And then another rack. Like, the netherrack makes more sense here than it did for the Bears logo. Because I get it, there's red in that logo because of, like, shading and whatnot, but it still felt like it didn't make a lot of sense. It did, though, and the Bears logo still turned out well, and I think this one's turning out well, too. At least that's what I hope. We'll only find out when we're done. Spruce. Okay. I mean, hey, it's starting to look good. I don't know why I stuttered there. I guess I just have a stutter that I don't really like. It's okay. I know a lot of people that have stutters. First time busting out clay. That's interesting. Wait, where am I? Okay. I was looking at the wrong place for a second. Yep. Oops, I already had polished andesite. I didn't know I did. Oh well. I'm starting to see it. I got the vision now. Which means I have to finish. Which I was going to, but who knows. Wait, I know. I'm going to finish. That's what I'm going to do. Okay? I'm tired. Oh, God, I'm tired. This was the last row before finally starting the F. And then this is the very tippy top of the logo that's polished. So I do want to see how well it lines up with the top here. Okay, yeah, it's got some space. I assumed it was going to have some space because it is an oval and it is, I don't know. I just hope that it lines up with like the middle. That's what I'm hoping for. But we'll see. It should, but should it not, I might have to live with it. Who knows? Another rack. Concrete. Take them down to there. Yeah. One second. Let me see. So there's a terracotta right here, and then there's wool, and then 3 nether brick. Okay, I actually lined that up pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I got this lined up perfectly. Okay, for a second I thought I was hearing snow plows outside. But it's planes. That was very weird. Real quickly, I just want to see how much of a gap I'm leaving. I believe that's the edge, yeah. So this is going to be the bottom, so there's going to be an entire 2 down here, and then this is the top right here. I'm assuming it's also 2. Yeah, okay. So I did middle this. I did get this directly in the middle. So that's a good thing. Let's move on. Ugh. I'm sitting in a very weird way, and I should probably not do that anymore. Cobblestone. Black. And then this black terracotta. And then dipped it. And now another brick. White wall, and then black, and then even more white wall down to here. And then red, and then another rack. And then white, and then black. then take the red wool all the way down to here where there's black wool, I think. Yeah, that's black wool. That, I shouldn't have done that. That hurt. Now my nose is running. That's great. And that, red concrete, and then to black. I'm starting to get even more of a vision. That's awesome. And then up here, black wool again. And then a black concrete. And now spruce wood for some reason. I need to stop getting sick. I'm literally gonna start working soon. I can't be sick while working. That. And that. Another rack. And that. That. Gray wool. Go away. I'm busy. Another brick. And then take the red wool all the way down to there. Get cobblestone. And then white wool, black concrete, and then 2 red wool, and 2 black concrete. Alright. On this one. Yep. So these 2, and then that, these 2, and then that's gray. That's gray right there. And then white, and then polished diorite. And then another rack. Wool. These 2 white wool, and then andesite. Okay. I think that was the last one before this bottom layer right here. Kind of hard to tell because I guess I don't have the greatest eyesight. I need glasses, I swear. These two. And then that's gray. And then that. And then regular diorite. And then red concrete. And that. 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 Got that. That. That's diorite. Dang, I really need glasses. Either that or my brain just needs to wake up. Believe that's where the bottom starts. Yeah, it is. Alright. I'm getting there. Slowly but surely, I am getting there. Oh, I still got a lot more to do. I'm not even halfway. Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, this'll take a minute. I'm starting to get bored. This is what happens when you don't have a chat to listen to. Or at least a chat to interact with. I mean, at this point, I might as well just turn on Tom Grossi's stream and do what he's doing. Or at least watch what he's doing. If I did what he's doing, I would go mentally insane. I keep going absolutely nuts. Bringing back netherrack. That rhymed. Oops, wrong one. Oh, God. almost halfway there. Almost halfway there. The only problem is I'm so bored. I don't know why I did it in that order. Maybe I wanted to change it up, but I have no idea. Ay, ay, ay. Nice run of white for a little bit. At least eases the brain. Okay, I got confused for 1 second. I don't know why. It's not concrete, it's terracotta. It's this stuff. Just did that, and now I'm onto here. Not sure why I'm going to different slides for cobblestone. My brain is just that fried. Okay, for a second I thought I was off somewhere. I was just looking at the row next to it for some reason. I just made a very weird sound, and I got genuinely concerned. I like held my breath for like 8 seconds. Wait, what am I doing? Gotta watch out for the next row. It's got a black wall, not a black concrete. That's gray. Okay, here. Real quickly. I'm putting something in the chat, should anyone come into the chat. Alright. If anyone comes into the chat, they'll read that. Alright, next row. Alright, where am I? Right here. Almost placed black concrete. I even reminded myself like 2 minutes ago that this was black wool. Oh god, I'm tired. And I'm only like halfway through. How long have I been doing this? About an hour. Wouldn't be surprised if this takes 2 hours. That's how tired I am. I'm placing blocks where I shouldn't be. I will say, if Pickles does end up seeing this video, he will know that I took one for him. Like, I am ridiculously bored. Alright, here's the top of the S, like, little dip, or whatever it's called. I still have to start out with my 2 black concrete, 1 oak wood, and now 3 red wool. Oh my gosh, 3 red wool, that's insane. Try to go to another slide for freaking diorite. Try to stay on the nature side for nether brick. Just realized it's after 12. Yippee, I've definitely been doing this for over an hour, and I won't be surprised if it takes me 2, even though we're starting to come up on the smaller half of the logo. If you can call it that, it's literally just mirroring that side. Next one. It's the last of these oak plank rows up here. And then the logo is gonna start to shrink a little bit more. Oh god, I'm so tired. Should I just do the rest of the SF? No, I'm not going to. I'm going to suffer, and I'm going to do this row by row. I mean, that's kind of the reason why it's taking a long time. If I just went like this the long way, I'd probably be done by now, but no, I chose to suffer. I chose to suffer. Yep, that's how I'm feeling right now. Very, very tired. At least it looks cool. At least it looks cool. I understand this logo kind of gets a lot of flack for being a little bit boring, but I mean, it's got a lot of history behind it. This is the first time I'm bringing out oak logs. we're doing oak wood because it's easier to place and I don't have to bring out the debug stick. Which I don't even know if the debug stick is in Bedrock Edition. Either way, I don't use it. I don't use creator tools. I don't use any of that garbage. I don't use it. I try not to use any mods. Sometimes I'd play around with mods that are pretty cool. And I did that one wrong. I did the rest right though. I wonder if I should, like, actually type in Tom Grossi's chat, like, I'm doing a live stream and I'm low-key kind of bored and I could use a little bit of support to get me through what I'm doing. I wonder if I should do that. If I get to the, or not if, when I get to the Packers logo, I think I might do that. Because, I mean, the Packers logo is going to be similar to this. It's pretty much the same shape, although there's going to be a lot more white involved. Definitely a lot more white. Oh, dang, on the stream it actually looks pretty cool. Where was I? Right here. Oh, God. I don't know why I'm going to the concrete for cyan terracotta, but whatever. My mom's home. Yippee. Where was I? Right here. Should I bring my sister home? Probably not. I know she said she was feeling like a little bit sniffly, but I mean, if it were up to me, if she was still sniffly this morning, I would have kept her home, but I guess she was feeling well enough to go to school, because when I woke up, she went home. I can hear my mom talking. She's probably on the phone. It's probably not anything worth noting. It's whatever. Bringing out Greywolf, I think, for the first time. Right? Something like that. I should probably keep nether brick in my inventory. I'm going to. Probably not going to need the chiseled stone brick for a little bit. this is the last row, and then for sure the logo starts to shrink down. I hate this. At least the logo looks really cool. Okay, it starts to shrink down at the bottom, but at the top it doesn't. Yeah, my mom's on the phone. And she's right outside my door. Are you talking about, is she talking about the protest that they're doing at the high school? Because I know they're doing one. My mom told my brother that he could stay home for that. Not only that, but it's also on her birthday. I think he is gonna stay home for it. Which, by the way, disclaimer, I'm not trying to get political or anything, but I am 100% against ICE. I am not. I don't cheer for, I don't support anything that they are doing. Like, I don't want to have to bring that up on this channel ever, so I'm just gonna say it now. If it ever does get to be brought up, I'm deleting all my That's not true, but, like, I don't want to bring it up. I know that's a game design, but the nether bricks sound like very heavy. Got lost for a second, but we're good. Alright, I'm gonna need this for a little bit. I lost my train of thought. I don't know why. Okay. Moving on. We're almost done with the S. Finally, just like this row and then one more, and then I'm done with the S. another rack in my inventory, but I'm not going to. Actually, yes, I am. I am going to keep another rack in my inventory. Next time I need to use it, I'll just move it. Okay. On to the next row, where I'm finally going to finish the S. I'm bringing out pink terracotta again. Well, there was someone that popped in the stream for 30 seconds, and it was probably a bot. That's what my life has amounted to. What in the world? There's an IKEA opening at a North Suburban mall. Don't tell me it's at my local mall. Oh my god. They're actually opening an IKEA at my local mall. Oh boy. Well then, that changes a lot. I guess when I move out of my parents' house at one point, I'll know where to get my furniture and whatnot. Or if I end up getting a house later down the line, that's where I'll get my furniture. And this time we don't have to go all the way up to Kenosha to get furniture at IKEA. There's finally gonna be an IKEA in my area, which is dope. Really freaking cool. It's kind of funny how the one thing that kept me from going insane was getting the news that there is an IKEA opening in my area. If that's what it has to take, then sure, why not? Okay, I'm done with the S. Now moving on. I think I'm almost done. How long have I been going for? Almost an hour and a half. Feels like I've been going longer. Okay, this red goes down for a little while. To right here. There's another person that hopped in for 30 seconds and then left. Probably another bot. I swear to God, I'm gonna tell my friend that there's an IKEA opening in this area. He's moving this summer. Literally everything that's opening I know there's a Target opening less than 10 minutes away from where I live, and now there's an IKEA opening. It said it's opening this year, so he's gonna be pissed. He is not gonna be happy. He's gonna be like, they waited until I left for all the good stuff to start opening. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Honestly, I'll probably just snap him real quick just to show him that I'm doing this. Oh, never mind, he's driving. Well, at least he'll know. Kind of. Maybe not. That didn't feel good. Alright, next row. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I think. Up here. It's this row. That's spruce. And red terracotta. I think this is the first time I'm busting out red terracotta. Alright, finishing the last extension of the F, or on the lower, like, stem, if that's what you call it. Where am I? Right here. That all the way down to there. Boom. Lower part of the F is done. And I also forgot to say the S is done. Oof, my neck really hurts. Real quickly, Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm just going to go to the top and do it from there. I was going to put the netherrack in because there's a row of netherrack on the edge of the lower stem of the F. I was going to put it in and changed my mind. Now I'll do it. Goes all the way down to there. Alright, up here. Birch. Need birch. And then 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. That and then that. Not there. I need red concrete. I'm almost done with the F. I just have 4 more rows for the F, and then the F is done. And then just the other half of the, or the other like fourth of the logo, and then I'll finally be done. Yeah, it is too. It's actually this terracotta, not the black terracotta. Actually do get darker later on, just to make sure. Yeah, okay. Because it was used earlier, and there is a difference, and I can definitely see the difference. Alright. On to this one. don't care about the friend request I have on Facebook. I literally don't accept friend requests on Facebook. I literally do not care about Facebook. The only thing I have Facebook for is for that work group. Alright, for a second I thought I did that wrong, but no, we're good. Last white part of the F. I'm almost done. Keep losing my train of thought. That's how bored I am. Letters are done. Yes, that took a long time. Alright, here's what I'm actually going to do. I'm going to wait to fill the rest of the red in. I'm just gonna do the edge real quickly, because it shouldn't take me that long. I'm gonna start with the wood. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a little cube right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a little cube right here. And then 1, 2, 3. There's this right here. And then real quickly over here I'm gonna put, there's a red terracotta. Nope, it's not a red terracotta. It's a normal terracotta. Is it? Yeah, it is. And then, yeah, 1, 2, 3. 2 right here. Normal terracotta here and here. And then there is a red terracotta actually. I'll just replace this for now. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that. And then 1, 2, 3. And then that's random. There's a dirt block. I just need to hope that this doesn't turn into grass. It might. So let's hope it doesn't. Here. I'll set the tick speed to 0 if that's the case. And there we go. Grass shouldn't grow at a tick speed of 0. Okay, there's that. I'm actually gonna look it up. Can grass grow at a tick speed of 0? Okay, there we go. Yeah, it doesn't grow at a tick speed of 0, which is exactly how I want it to. Alright, moving on. I'm gonna do the rest of the blocks on the inside here that are not the red wool. There's a red concrete right. I'll just fill this in. Alright, and now let me do the blocks that are between the black and the wood. So it's going to be this right here, and then spruce wood right here. And then there's black terracotta right here. And then more spruce wood right there. And then right here, there's oak wood. And then gray terracotta right here. And there we go. Now, to do the black, which is gonna be fun. Because I just love counting black blocks. They definitely don't take forever. Two, one, one, one. And then there's one next to it. And then one like this. And then one like this. And then this goes all the way down to... Oh gosh, I can't see. It's level with the dirt block right here. And then that, and then there's this. Which ends 2 blocks before that. And then this ends 2 blocks before that. Then down here, just gonna real quickly fill this part in and not misplace the blocks. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And these two right here, two right here, and then one here and here, and then there's a block right here, and then bam, bam. And now for the final part, this shading and whatnot. I'm just gonna get rid of all these. I need polished diorite. Polished diorite goes here, and then all the way up here. Right here is a gray wool. And I put 2 in my inventory for some reason. And then up here is a light gray wool. Up here is a black wool. Right here is a chiseled stone brick. And then not here, but here. Not there, but here. And the one next to it is birch. And then not here, but here is black wool. Up here is light gray wool. Up here is diorite. And I think that's it. Oh, that took way too long. That took way too long. And it looks like it looks bigger than both these two combined. But no, it's finally done. I did it, finally. Now I just surround this in white wool. So that way it has a background. An hour 46. Closing in on 2 hours. Almost done with this stupid 49ers logo. I have no hate for the 49ers, honestly. honestly. This photo just took way too long. I'm very tired to edit this video, which won't take long, but gosh, I'm tired. I have to take a nap after this. I didn't get the best sleep last night, so I guess it kind of makes sense. Last corner. It's over! Finally! 49ers logo is done. Finally. How does it look? It looks magnificent. It looks absolutely amazing. That's not gonna show it. This one will. Oh yeah, looks awesome. Looks really cool. Now for the end, the spectator mode shot. There we go. Oh god, that took way too long. But I think it was worth it because it turned out good. Oh man. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna edit the video. I'm gonna put it up. And after I put it up, I might take a nap.